Hi guys, my name is Reese. I wanted to share with you guys my new journey to IVF. Well, it's not new. It's not new. I had a failed cycle, but with a failed cycle, guess what? You can overcome the next opportunity to win again. And I am bringing this to you because if you have ever had a failed cycle or many failed cycles, I want to say that this is a great way that we can network together and we can talk about the beauties in trying again. Now, I understand that many people don't have the finances. I understand that many people don't have the insurance finances, which leads to insurance, and they don't have the support. But I believe that all things that are meant for you will be given to you. Nothing can be given or taken from you that you do not deserve. So keep pushing and fighting for what it is that you want in this life. And that's what I have to say about that. But really quick. So in 2010, I had a failed IVF. And I thought the world hated me. I thought that everybody was against me. Not only did I feel like I let my husband down, but I also felt like I let everyone down because I told everybody about my IVF. It wasn't a private moment. Everyone was in it when I had the embryos, and we were showing pictures, and it was like, oh, these things, it's perfect. Your body is so amazing. The babies are going to take to you well. It's not going to be a problem. I was sold. I was sold that, only thing I have, so my backstory is that I don't have any fallopian tubes. I went through ectopic pregnancy. So constantly I would get pregnant, it would go on my tube. My tubes finally gave out and it ruptured. Not only did I have that, but before that I had the ectopic pregnancies, I wound up having only one ovary because I used to get like huge cysts. So the cysts wrapped around the ovary and I lost one ovary. So anyway, let's go to no tubes. So now I have no tubes. The only thing that I can do, pour for the sake of this thing. Who has $15,000-$20,000 to just spend? So in my mind, I'm saying poor. I was not prepared to think of IVF. I didn't know what IVF was. I didn't care about that. All I knew was I wasn't able to have babies. But life have a way of making opportunities come to fruition, right? So here we are. Enough money saved. 2010, go through this IVF procedure. Caught up in the hype that my body is all right. That I seemed like the perfect candidate, that we were able, out of 23 eggs, we were able to get 3 to actually become fertilized, and they were 3, what they said, grade A, 8 cell embryo, right? For what that meant. So we're thinking, good, we only gonna put 2 in. We don't want 3, we put 2 in. So we put these 2 in. I go back home and I'm like, yeah, I'm about to have a baby. It's nothing. Caught up to that. Well, guess what? The pregnancy did not take. I never knew anything about stress factors. I didn't learn about the proper way to eat. I didn't learn about getting educated on the right questions to ask regarding my body prior to the IVF. I didn't know to really pay attention to the details in terms of, when all these tests, why are they giving me this medication? Why do I have to take, Gonal F 900 IUs? What's going on with my body? Am I overweight? And at the time I was. What are the things that are going on that are causing you to give me these dosage so high? I didn't understand to ask them to check to see if I had endometriosis because my menstrual cycles were so heavy, that I've always had pain when it came to, and of course, never knew to ask those questions. All I knew was that I gained enough money to pay for the IVF and have a baby. And everyone told me everything was great. So when I got the notification that the pregnancy did not take, let me tell you, not only did the facility was amazing. They were amazing all up until the pregnancy didn't take. Then as you call and they don't answer your phone calls, you go through a mental breakdown. I'm like, what's going on? Now all the questions start rolling in. And I had nobody to talk to. They would not take my calls. They wouldn't respond to me. And I didn't even do the blame game. I didn't ask, was it something that you all did? What happened to the other eggs? I never asked about any of those things. We did ICSI. I never asked. All I cared about was the 2 embryos that they implanted that they told me were perfect. I needed to know why it didn't take. I got a phone call, and then that was it. That was it. Talk about crushed. Crushed was an understatement. I was inconsolable. Inconsolable. Okay. 5'5", 196 pounds, 2010. Inconsolable when they told me that I could not have this baby. So, same week, finds out my sister and my sister-in-law are having babies. I paid for a baby and it did not happen. So in my mind, what am I thinking? The world hates me. Forget the world. God hates me. God, you know how much I want to be a mother. You know what this means to me. You know that my husband needs me to give him this one gift that he's never gotten before. I deserve to give this amazing man this gift. What's wrong with me? Why can't I do this one thing right? That's what I thought in my mind. And how could you give it to them over me? How can you give it to them over me? What I did not know was that I didn't know myself. I didn't know that I needed to learn discipline. I didn't know that I needed to learn how to love me, how to be my friend, and teach myself how to eat, when to work out, how to sleep, right? How to laugh at things that matter to me. Now, I was always into giving to everyone else. I pushed everything into everyone else. My whole life has been honey, are you hungry? Son, are you hungry? Do you need anything? Run in here for this person. Run in here for that person. I didn't take the time out to just be me, the best me that I can be. So, hindsight was this. We don't want you to have a baby right now. We want you to learn how to love you and learn what to do to enjoy you in your own personal time and space. I had a child very young. I've always been a mom. I'm 35 and my son he'll be 22 in November, off at college doing well. When you have a spirit to be a mom, it's in you. You can't take that away. You just do the right thing. Another video we'll talk about that. But now we're talking about at the time, so 5 years ago. So Tyron is 22. Yeah. So now we're talking about 19 years later. No. 18. No, how am I? 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Yeah. 17 years later. 17 years later. My math is off. Sorry, guys. 17 years later, we now talking about you did school. You did the right thing. You sent them off to college. You're not a quote unquote statistic. You're married. You can have a baby. Now you want to do this and you can't. You feel like you failed. So with all these things, I'm thinking in my mind, why don't I deserve this? I did everything right. I have a great kid. I'm proud of my life. Why didn't I deserve this? And the reason why is because I never gave time to myself. So now let's go into this. We understand the backstory. We understand the disappointment. I was not able to see the beauty in who I needed to be until I accepted that I can't control everything. That I looked at my experience and said, you know what? I can have a baby when God tells me that it's my time. But what he's telling me to do is fix me internally. And what I need to do is figure out how I can be the best me that I can be. So when I look at myself in the mirror, I am happy and I am proud of who I am. So when I start thinking about those things, yes, to get there, it took me a long while. But when I start understanding what fulfillment meant to me, and it meant being at peace with the person in the mirror, it took me 5 years. I'm here today, excited of the opportunity to be great and to experience what this cycle has to offer for me. And the beautiful thing about a failed IVF cycle is that now you know the questions to ask. You know to be patient. You know to not let it drive you crazy. It would be times in my first cycle that I was I would fall asleep with the laptop on my chest. I don't know how my husband dealt with it. I would fall asleep and be done because I was so motivated to learn and hear people's stories, and I was borderline crazy about it. Everything that I did was about this IVF, and it had to happen, and I had to have a baby. Why? Why was I going crazy for something that I can't control? What I can do is be prepared. So it's my job now to make this body a castle for my future queen or king. Right? No, would be future prince and princess. Not queen, because I'm the queen, right? Yeah, sorry. You guys know what I mean. Future prince or princess. That's our job. Our job is to create a fortress for them, to be comfortable and to eat right, to do all that we can do to be healthy. That's our job. And our job is to be as educated as we possibly can with the amount of, interpretation that we have, and the grace of God to help us understand it. That's all we need to do. Show up. Make better choices when we eat. Make better choices, think about 20 different questions that you can ask when you're meeting with your doctors, right? Save up money. Speak to friends and family members. See if you can get a network of sisters to work with you. This time around, I will not be doing it alone. I will be having people like you emailing me, supporting me, and I'll be doing the same for you all. We are not by ourselves. We'll figure it out together. And I don't expect to have all the answers, but I look to you guys to help me to find them. You shouldn't expect to have all the answers. Reach out to sisters who are like you to help you find it. It's not about the beautiful thing about this situation. While the world is stuck up on races and crazy things, we are stuck on being mothers. And it doesn't matter what our skin is. We experience the same excitement when it comes to that great news, and we feel the same disappointment when we get those setbacks. So I am here to embark on this journey with you. Hopefully you can embark on it with me, and as we grow, I would be more educated and proper verbiage or tones or whatever I'm supposed to use to be like motivated. I don't know, I'm just me. I'll be able to help you guys. I am going to, so my appointment is October 14th, the first appointment, and you have to take the medication, the birth control pill. So I have to start on birth control pills. So I'm starting from square one. But for anybody who want to know, the medications that I took, I was able to get some free medicine too. And I'm going to look up some on the site that I use. And I was able to fill out the application to get medicine for free for my cycle. For my whole IVF. And it saved me like $3,000. At the time, I didn't have insurance. I'm blessed now to have insurance to cover it. Before I didn't have that. So everything was self-pay. So if you need to know where you can get the medication for free, from when I did it before, I believe the company still exists, let me know. Email me, drop me a line, and I will make sure that I figure it out, and I will send you the information. If you want to know the medications that I use, send me, a message, and I will make sure that I get that to you. My next video, not of the IVF page, will be about something totally different, about the weight loss, the whole experience. We'll get into that. But I just wanted my first video to be one to let you hear me and be excited about the person that I am going to become in this new journey of my life, and preparing for round 2 of an amazing opportunity to overcome previous setbacks. I love you all dearly, dearly, dearly. My sisters, hit me up. Bye-bye.